So we all want to be successful, right? Be successful in our relationship, in our work, in our life. Each of us has its own ingredients for this success. Each steps for the success, to be a successful person. So our next speaker knows what the success is, I think, better than many of us, because he won hackathons and other competitions. So welcome, Kuzma Leshakov, with the speech Ingredients of Success.
Hello everyone. Thank you for this nice introduction. Well, the speech today is going to be a little bit different. It is not going to focus at what it takes to be successful. It will present a small research. I analyzed 4 pretty popular people. First, Donald Knuth. Second, Pavel Durov, J. Rowling, and Michael Phelps. So you can see that each of this person is quite successful, each in its own group. So I focus at 3 points. First is the family, parents. Second is the education, grades, and which major they had. And the third is the welfare. So when we start with Donald Knuth, which is a famous computer scientist, his family, his mom was working as a school principal. His dad was having a small publishing company, and his education was focusing at the computer science and mathematics. He did a bachelor, he did a PhD, and he aced all his subjects. Well, he was really good at school. Pavel Durov, which is a Russian programmer, entrepreneur, he had parents from humanities, and he himself did a degree in humanities, which might be surprising for you. And after that, he turned towards computer science. John Rowling, which is the famous storyteller, she's the author of Harry Potter. Her parents, they were in tech. Well, that's quite interesting fact. And she did a bachelor's in humanities. She did a bachelor's in French language, I think. And her grades, well, we will come back to that later. And Michael Phelps, his parents, his dad was a state trooper, and his mom was, well, there are not a lot of information about her. So the first point, which I found interesting, is that all of them have education. So this is definitely an ingredient of success. But which education probably doesn't matter, because if we take a look at Pavel Durov, which had a degree in humanities, he is successful in entrepreneurship and computer science. Joan Rowling had a degree in humanities, and she is successful in humanities. Michael Phelps had a degree in sport marketing. Well, it's not really sport. Well, it's sport, but not what he's doing by his job. And Donald Knuth had a degree in computer science, and he's successful in computer science. So they all have different ways of reaching that success. Speaking about the grades, probably you heard a lot that people who are successful not always are good students. So Donald Knuth was a very great student, and he is successful. Pavel Durov was a great student, but he did not pick his diploma from the university. Joan Rowling, she was, well, as people describe her, her professors, she was not the very best student, but she did what it takes to reach the passing grade. Michael Phelps, well, he passed all the exams, but he was not really good at studies. So we spoke about education, we spoke about parents, and the welfare. All of them also had different levels of welfare, but what can I say to you is none of them had the higher level of poverty, except Joan Rowling. Before she wrote Harry Potter, for 7 years, she suffered from the hard financial situation, and therefore we can add her to the list of people who fought poverty before he reached the success. So the welfare is also not the case. So again, my small research shows that first, you have to have education to reach a success. Second, which education doesn't matter. Third, all of these people had two parents. What parents do by their job is not really a matter of your success. And I conclude that, in my opinion, and according to the small sample I showed, this doesn't show you the dilemma how to be successful, but it shows that everything is possible, and even you have some problems with education or some other things, still you can achieve many things. You just have to believe in yourself. Thank you.